guys, today I wanted to show you how I made these shell-like pieces, jewelry pieces, or embellishments for projects that I do. They kind of look like a shell, so I like the way they look. I'll just put a few on my hands here. I like the way they look, and you can use them for jewelry pieces, dangles, if you drill a little hole in them, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to show you guys how I made them. It's so simple, you guys are going to think it's just too crazy. This is another one. See, isn't that pretty? So, easy peasy project. So what I did was easy. I melted some CDs that I don't need anymore, and that is it. That's what I did. And this one I pre-cut. I melted it. I use my emery, a very tough emery board, to sandpaper it. And that is what I do. So if you pre-cut slowly, you can get some really good shapes out of it. Or you can cut afterwards as well. And that is it. That is how I do it. And it turns out really nice. And then I nail polish the back side with the silver. And then that's my little shells or whatnot pieces. Now these ones did dry a little bit, or cool down a little bit, probably too much. But if you cut them when they're nice and warm, it's a little better. They don't shatter as much. If you want to cut them after they're done, you can decide what. You wear some protecting goggles or glasses because chips might come up. But I like I said, I did cut these ones ahead of time, and I like that. And then what I do is I take my file my edges down. It's not really sharp, but I don't like the points and stuff like that. It's not natural looking, so you try to get natural shapes. You can do different shapes. You don't have to do triangles. You can do squares. It is a little bit more difficult to cut afterwards. Unless it's warm, and then you can cut better shapes if you want a particular shape. When it's warm, you can cut a nice shape, but if it's, you got to take it out with a little piece of card or something in the microwave, because it is really warm, and you only have to put it in for between 20 and 30 seconds. This one here is 30 seconds. It's pretty big. These ones were 20 seconds, so. And that's how I do it. Isn't that crazy? It's that easy. But I prefer to cut them before, like I did, but I want to show you that you can cut them after, but they do break a lot more. They're more fragile to cut afterwards. So what I do is I just do a slit down. And this one just broke right here. And I use them as embellishments, like in my pieces. I don't use them as jewelry. You could use them as jewelry though. If you let it go too long, it'll separate from here's one piece, and it does get a little burnt looking. But you can still nail polish the back silver, and or whatever color nail polish you want to come through on the cracks, and that'll look really cute. So, and that's what I do, and I sand down the edges. ones we're gonna, these pieces I'll throw away. Then you could do whatever size you want. Yeah, so cut them down. And if they're warmer, like you cut them when they're a little bit warmer, like I said, you can cut the shapes out of them to make them look more natural, or whatever kind of look you're looking for. So I want to kind of cut a little more off there. And that's it for how to make these ones. Then I just do the nail polish in the back after I sand down the sharp edges. Because I don't like any sharp edges on them. They're not sharp where they're going to cut you, they're just sharp looking, and I don't like that look. So that one. And there are my pieces. You can do like a collage of like, oh, I don't know, like a mosaic piece with them or something. They smell a little bit if you cook them a little too long, but like I said, I do it for about 20 seconds, and then that's good for me. Then you take your nail polish, because I don't like to have anything showing on the back. And if you do peel away your picture, you still can, your color of nail polish will come through, which is really cool too. So if it looks really, if you put coral or something like that, it looks more shelly-ish too. And I like the silver nail polish on it, and that's what I did with all of my other ones here. Just added silver nail polish to the back. So, and I like that look. I mean, you can use silver paint or whatever. I just happen to grab the nail polish and I like it, and it doesn't peel off or anything. So, whereas paint kind of seems to peel off a little bit more easily when you're hot gluing something to something, and that's what I do. And there's the back, there's the front. I sand them down to make them, because I just don't like that blunt. In nature, even you find glass in the beach, it's all nice and there's soft edges because the water softens them, and that's the look I like. So that's why I bother with that. I try to make them all kind of rounded edge a bit, and if there's a little bit of a point, they're usually kind of nice and rounded, just like beach glass, you know. Oops, one just fell. Doesn't take too much work to sand them down either, and then you're going to have loads of embellishments, or like I said, jewelry pieces. So it works for that as well. Now I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, you guys seen that I've used some for embellishments. I want to show you this little dangle I made. I thought it'd be great for back journal, and that is just the same. Oops, is it moving too crazily? The same thing. I rounded it up. And I put the nail polish behind it. I actually added a little gold, and I thought that would make it look, but that's just for like a journal or whatever. And what I did around it is I put metallic tape. This metallic tape, I just cut it in little strips, as you can see here, and I just did that around there and carefully embossed it into every crevice to get it to stick to it, and just carefully embossed every little crevice. I did put a hole through it with my poking tool very carefully, and that's what I got. And that's for a dangle, so you can make dangles with them, you can make earrings, whatever. I'm not interested in jewelry, but some of you might be, so it'll be great for that kind of a thing. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you an example of a little dangle I'm going to throw on a journal, you know, or something like that. Just something different than a bead all the time, like at the end piece, some beads and whatever. And that's another little example of what I want to show you. So guys, I hope you enjoy this and give it a try. And see what you guys can come up with to use these pieces. Yeah. So try it out and show me what you're using these pieces for. If it's jewelry, if it's dangles, if it's just gluing on pieces. I'll actually show you a couple pieces because some of you have seen me put them in my art. Some of you haven't. Here's a nice big chunk here that I have behind this heart here just as an embellishment. Okay, as well as in this piece here, I have one right back here. You can see it if you can. Here's one in here as a piece of embellishment. There's one. It looks like shells and that kind of thing. Like to me, it looks like a shellfish shell. And then there's a nice big one back here. So I use them in my projects like that as just a little pieces of embellishment. And my garbage can fell over. And I like to have that little something so then I'm not always having flowers or whatever, and I have a little bit of something to tuck in behind something. So I hope you guys, again, I hope you guys like this project and give it a try. And yeah, tell me how it goes and leave some comments. Thanks guys, talk to you later, bye-bye.